I think this is day 18 of winter arc. It's pretty dark outside because I've had to spend a lot of time at the gym, so yeah, a video in darkness. With the dark weather, I'm also a bit tired. I think you can realize that by the way I speak. The hair progress. It has grown a lot, to be honest. It's also not that cold, so I can just keep walking without that bonnet. Let's call it a bonnet. But okay, so a couple of days ago or a week ago or something, I've made a video about reading and how to read fast, how to progress fast in books. And I've told you that I read around 10 pages in the morning and then 10 pages in the evening. In the train. But obviously there are two things you can do with reading. The first option, which is very, very inefficient, it is that I'm gonna say the benefits and the disadvantages. Yeah. So it is just reading and trying to retain it in your memory. Obviously the benefit is you can finish a lot of books fast because you can just keep on reading, not break focus when you see something important. But the biggest disadvantage with this type of reading is that eventually when you forget the knowledge, you will probably need to reread the whole book or just a chapter of the book. So this makes it very inefficient because every time you forget a part of the book, you will need to read it again. And then you have the second type of reading, the reading I do. It is, let's say the text is talking about a story about a guy named John, for example. John has done this, has opened a business about selling apples, and then there's written something that is a general topic in the book. For example, he built the discipline to keep on working on his apple business by being faithful in himself. Then you can reward it and write it in a notes app like Notion. What this is gonna do with your brain is, first of all, because you're writing it in your own words, you're gonna retain it more. You know, like the retaining table, you retain 10% of what you read, 30% of what you write, 50% of what you say out loud, and I think 70-80% of what you do. This is the concept of that, but you should reword it into your own words so that your mind can more easily comprehend it for your language or language level, and then just write it in notes app. The benefit is whenever you forget something in the book, you can just scroll down to the right chapter in your notes, and because your notes are very compact and very efficient, you will be able to read that sentence or the topic that you forget and remember it again. So it saves time, but it will make your reading a lot slower. That's the disadvantage. With the first method, obviously you can finish a book easily in a week or even 5 days. But with this method, it's gonna take longer because every time that you take a note, you will lose a lot of your focus and you'll need to get back at it again. And for me, the worst part is when they arrange it like this, the 5 steps to achieve success, for example. And then the first one, be disciplined, double point, and then they explain it. Then you need to write a lot more, which is sometimes taking long. Sometimes I'm busy writing a page for 5 minutes or something, which is a lot. But you can utilize the 2 ways of reading. The disadvantage of the first one, you will need to reread it eventually. The disadvantage of the second one, the books will take way longer. But obviously each one has its own benefits. Well, I thought it was a giant spider. Each one has its own benefits, and you can use the right type of reading for you according to your situation. And I'll just say, always remember, Khan always delivers.